love to know where you guys are sitting as you're doing this. Like, do you get to sit at your desk at work with the headphones on and not share anybody, like, what's going on? Are you at home? Because I think it's just so neat. And I love how you guys send comments. Guys, it's all going to be question and answer today. Sai is going to come through and talk to you a bit about self-love, and Colleen had the rest of it. I spaced out.
So at the Friday night public channeling in Atlanta this past Friday, Sai came in and spoke about self-love, and we're going to do a continuation of that talk.
Or redo. I don't know. I don't remember it, and I haven't seen the notes. But speaking of notes, I do have 2 housekeeping notes. On October 13th from 6 to 8 p.m., I am going to be lecturing at California State, San Bernardino. You can get tickets and come join me. If you're there afterwards, come say hi. I love that you guys are showing up. We're going to be talking about channeling. What is channeling? I'll have a channeling session live there for you to see. Another live channeling event is later on this month. What are we looking at?
Wine and Grace.
October 21st. It's Wine and Grace. So Grace comes in, channels the entire time, and everybody brings their bottle of wine and their food, and they sit in the center and eat and have dinner, and Grace just answers questions. It's a really neat night. She did it last year. I kind of wanted to do it more, but... I also have a 4-part channeling series coming up with Darshana Patel, and she is the Lumineer who did the show before this one last week about transform your energy, transform your life. And she is amazing. And we're going to be talking about the laws of attraction. We're going to do, there's 4 different laws, and we're each taking each one. But you can find all of this over at jamiebutlermedium.com. I can tell Sai's getting close because I can't think anymore. I can't think. My head gets all fuzzy. And there you have it. So if you, I'm like, I don't know what else to say. If you're new to this channeling bit and you are sensitive and you're very engaged in the conversation, you will feel a shift of energy. Just take a deep breath, have a glass of water, know that you're staying put, and Sai, I think, will explain the rest of it. But if you're near your computer and you can type in questions, please do so. Colleen is over here, and she is hot on that trail. If you see energy, you can see energy auras, fields through electronics, and you can see it on the right-hand side. Look between my ear and my shoulder. And I will see you later. Is that good enough?
Mm-hmm.
Explained it enough?
See you later, Jamie.
Bye. These chairs are surprisingly large for how small they are.
I agree.
Right? They're really deep and
really
loungy.
like them. Yep.
I can lean back, but I don't think so. Here we go. Push my energy down, up and out. I hope there's a train. I like the sound of the train.
I hear a plane overhead right now.
But we can hear planes anywhere and everywhere. There's not every place has trains. And not every country has trains like that anymore. Hi, Lumineers.
Hey, Maitland.
My name is Maitland, Maitland. And I was coming by just to say hi, and that, I'll be back.
Do you have any songs for us today?
Do you like the songs?
I love the songs.
Ooh, can we ask Lumineers if you need a song made about a spiritual lesson, that you give us what that is, and then I'll make a song for you. And I'll sing it. Like a jingle.
I love that.
You haven't stopped thinking about my trigger song, have you?
It's my favorite.
It's your favorite?
I know. I've had to tell Jamie about it, and she's very intrigued
She hasn't
that I
heard
like
it yet.
so much.
She hasn't heard it yet. I think that when I do my songs, I'm also going to do hand gestures, because I think if we get the whole funny thing in our head about what we're really trying to learn, like with self-love and not being, hating ourselves and mean at ourselves, that if we get the funny songs stuck in our head, we're more apt to do it than not.
Well, self-love is our topic today with Sai, so that would be a great intro to get a little jingle from you about self-love.
I can't.
You can't?
No.
Are you feeling embarrassed?
Yes. I wanted to see, there were some Lumineers out there who had questions about their animals real fast, that were going through a hard time, and I
Okay.
didn't want to leave that alone.
Sure.
And so I just wanted to see if you wanted to ask your questions
Okay.
about your animals.
So, Maitland, what do you say, how many questions would you like to take? So, 5. Okay, this is a surprise. So, 5
Surprise.
animal questions from our
Am I supposed to
viewers.
submit it somewhere?
It's nice to know in advance, but it's okay. We'll get the animal questions. You're good.
Okay.
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 So if any of the viewers have any animal questions, we're going to take 5 of them from Maitland. Okay, so we have one from Jake, love from Boy. What are the reasons behind my cats being so anxious? Go ahead, Maitland.
Your cats are being triggered by the smells from the outside. So I would look at putting mothballs out around the outside. I don't, if you have like a wall that's attached to another home, like in an apartment or in a duplex complex kind of a thing, then I would use a cat pheromone spray and spray it on the outside of the doors and everything so that it pacifies, because what's happening is they're picking up on the outside that they really can't get to. So they're not going outside anymore.
Okay.
When can he talk to us? Can he not talk to us?
Who?
Jason?
Jake.
Jake.
Can he talk to us? Oh, you mean you want to talk to him verbally right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't have a setup for that right now.
When are we going to get that?
We can do a Learn It Live where people can ask you questions and then you can talk back and forth, but it's still going to be typing.
Well, can Jake type you again? To let me know if his cats are going outside.
Okay, let me see. I've got things streaming in so fast.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. Let's see if he. Hey, Jake, if you're out there, are your cats going outside?
Out there. Because it's the smells. It's all about the smells. Jake, get the pheromone sprays and get mothballs for outside.
They don't go outside.
And in the windows that they can look outside, Jake, make sure that nobody else on the outside can come and pee on those windows, or mark the territory where they feel like they're really trapped in a box, because it's not anxiety from you. And I would give them higher space in the house to climb up to feel like they can get that predatorial I'm up here view, because that's very important for them to have. Okay, number 2.
Okay, number 2. Okay, from Kit, England. My daughter desperately wants a dog, but I am really worried about getting one. Do you think it will be good for our family?
I do. I would get something like a King Charles Spaniel. Because
So cute.
they are made for your lap, and they love children, and they love to be laid on, and they love to be pulled. I mean, they take any kind of force. They do have to be combed and shampooed because they have longer fur, but they don't take up a lot of space, and they're so wonderful. Your family would really like it. It wouldn't
King
be a lot of
Charles
burden.
Spaniel.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
3.
So I have a question from Jasmine Devine.
Hi, Jasmine.
My dog Apollo is having a tough time. I feel bad because I can't spend a lot of time with him. Does he resent me? I have 4 kids that take away a lot of time from him.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Jasmine. Your Apollo is mad at you. And it's not that he feels last. He totally understands what family is and what children are, but just like 5 minutes a day just with him and you is all that's needed. It really is. It's all that's needed. So if you're taking for a special walk, get some special treats. Like clean his bed the way that he likes it. Just do special things for him, making him a special meal and telling him you love him. Start that way before you can carve out the 5 minutes to be with him. And give a job to each child if they're old enough. Like one would have to brush the Apollo. One would have to clean the bowls. One would have to, so like everybody has a very small but specific task to do with the dog because the dog right now isn't a part of the entire family, though he is, and he just wants to be a part of it more. So please work on it because you have a really great companion. He's awesome.
Okay.
4?
4. Okay. This is from Shanna Stein Schneider.
Shanana.
How do I get my pit bull, Luna, to walk on a leash? And then she says she loves you.
I love you too. Luna doesn't want to walk on a leash. Luna is equal, you can't say equal dog. Equal human rights. Luna's human. So, your Luna is food driven more than praise driven. And so you know that you can use treats to help Luna. And I would absolutely use the leash when there's nothing around that takes attention away from her and is going to be required practice, like 2 feet of a leash and take it off 3 feet. Okay, it's not that specific, but until you can get a full walk until Luna stays next to you. But you can get a leash that's very lightweight, so it doesn't feel like it's weighing on her. And then if she's doing all the pulling, I would definitely get a harness. For any of the dog companions that you have out there, I would definitely use a harness rather than a neck collar. Because when you pull on a neck collar, it pulls on the throat and then the neck. And you can imagine what it's like to be in a car wreck, right? Where your whole spine is being jerked around. And it's just the same when people are jerking the leash like that. So I would definitely get the harness. But if you don't have the time, Jasmine, to work with Luna, then you need to get a trainer to work with her. Because it's very important that she understands that the leash is not meant to contain or dominate her, but the leash is to protect her, to show that she is in control over you. And so that's how you can present it to her. I hope that helps, because it can work. It'll just take several weeks.
Okay.
One more.
We have so many questions.
And then I gotta go.
We have so many questions. Okay.
I love animals, just like you.
That was a good one. Okay, I have a question from Greg Woodruff.
Hi, Greg.
Thank you so much for listening, Maitland. What can I do to help Cheech recover from his neck surgery? Better.
Acupuncture. Do you do acupuncture already? That's like number one. Number one. And there's all of these great topicals for pain relief and inflammation that are natural and organic. And so I would use things like that on the dog where the dog can't lick or get to it. But if the dog can lick or get to it, I would use essential oils that are digestible. But okay, so after acupuncture, number one, my number two top one for injury recover would be a turmeric pill that you can give them or spray onto their food to eat, because that's a big anti-inflammatory and it has no side effects to the liver or kidneys or digestive because it's a food, and it'll decrease the inflammation so that the pain can hurry up and go away.
Thank you so much.
I kind of didn't want to finish answering that because I know what's coming next. I'll see you later, alligators.
After a while, crocodile.
I'll see you soon, baboon. Bye-bye, jellyfish.
I was going to say blow you a kiss, goldfish.
Ooh, blow you a kiss, jellyfish. Hasta mañana, iguana.
See you there, polar bear.
Ooh, I like that. You win. Bye.
Bye, Maitland.
Bye. Hello.
Hello, Sai.
Hello.
Let me know when you're comfortable taking questions.
I'm ready.
Okay. We have a lot of questions that would like to know more about you. So if you could tell us more about yourself. Where you're
Even if it
from.
will not make sense to you.
Yes.
I choose the name Sai. The language I have does not translate into your language. Your language is very constricting. I'm neither a boy or a girl like you have on earth. We do not have distinguishing roles where I live. I do not live in third dimensional law. You wish to know more?
I had a question about, is there anything that you want us humans to know more about you and how to understand you?
I do not believe I will ever be understood. What I do want is uncovering truth on earth, and I will do so in any possible way. Hence choosing to do work like this. Am I to let you know that I am done with the question?
If you'd like to, otherwise when you pause, I can ask.
Thank you.
Would that be good with you?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a question from Amora Blessing. For those of us that have had contracts or other lives with multidimensional beings, or have had visitations, what is the highest reason for remembering these visits? And should we be doing anything in between visits to deepen our connection with multidimensional beings?
The purpose for these visits are very different from human to human. Some of you are being tracked by other dimensions. I believe you have entitled them the Greys, though there are many races of Greys, so it is too general just to call them the color of their skin. What I mean by tracked is identified in your body and how you exist and how you live. There are some of you who are being visited as they are friends and relatives of yours from other dimensional planes. So this will be very confusing, I believe, to most humans, because in general, most of you look upon us as if we are foreign and something to fear, though we are not all against you. There are many of us who are for you, for your enlightenment and for your survival. And there are many of us who have been with you from the beginning.
Can you tell us what you do on a daily basis? Is that something that can translate to what humans do on a daily basis?
No,
No.
we do not have days.
Do you eat or drink or do anything to sustain you?
No, I have a light body. You will find on your earth people who will be able to make energy out of air. It will seem like magic. But when you come across this scientific study, you will understand how I am fed, how I stay alive.
Like a breatharian?
Yes. That's funny.
I mean, there are humans that call themselves breatharians and say that they live off breath alone.
You can.
Do you feel like all humans can do this?
No. Humans have levels. Levels of knowledge, levels of power. You can call them levels of enlightenment or levels of belief. If they do not believe in themselves, then they cannot achieve it.
Can you tell us, is there a specific name from where you're from? I know that some humans might say, are you a Palladian? Are you a Syrian?
No, I am not.
So there's not a specific name for where you're from.
Not in English.
Not in English. Are there other beings like yourself that visit Earth
Yes,
regularly?
yes.
And I'm curious to know what your reason or what your goal is coming through Jamie and speaking to all of us. What do you want us to know?
I want you to know that you are getting help.
From you.
From many of us. That you are not alone on earth. It is not about earth and spirit and your belief system of angels or God. It is much bigger than that. I know what it is like to be on a planet and only see what is on the planet. Not to be able to see what is beyond it. It is what you call a job. It is a job of mine to help those individuals on earth find the information they seek, the ones that look at the stars and can see beyond it, the ones who are already communicating with us, the ones who have already had experiences, who have a truth that no one else will support or believe in. We protect you. There are those now who understand what your governments have kept from you. There are those of you who have stories to tell, but are afraid. For some reason, the human race has decided to not acknowledge what it cannot understand. And only those people who choose the act of science go deep into those discoveries as if they are the brave ones. It is time now for culture, for belief, to acknowledge there is more than what happens on the earth. If you have an acknowledgement of multidimensional beings and aliens, often it only extends that you believe there is one that exists, that they do not have a family or a community or a world they come from, that they do not have a history, a future, a planet, technology, experience, because we cannot comprehend something existing for that long and that different from you. I believe in part of your human existence, the choice of why you came is to pull back the darkness, to pull back the mystery, and begin to show a broader truth, a bigger lens, that there are many worlds with life. And we have been communicating for the centuries of your existence.
Are we going to have public disclosure in the future?
Yes,
And in terms of our understanding of time, is this going to be in our lifetime now?
the question does not make sense. Whose lifetime am I looking at?
I'm thinking of all the lumineers out there, so within the next 50 years,
Yes,
there'll be, what about within the next 5 years?
no.
No. Sai, do you speak through other humans the same way that you do Jamie?
I have, yes.
And the reason that you came through Jamie, did Grace ask you to come through?
Yes,
She did. And to be a specific part of this show, to be a regular on this show?
no,
No.
I was not asked.
Okay.
I do not care to be a regular or on a show. I care to talk to people.
I understand. And this is a great outlet to be able to do that. Can you provide us with an energetic activation so that those of us that are energetically sensitive can get a more accurate sense of the frequency from which you reside and can
Yes.
feel the connection?
Yes. For those watching live or recorded, sit down, put your feet on the ground. Uncross your legs. Uncross your arms. I need limbs away from each other. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Move the energy through your body now as I push. Breathe deep, breathe strong, heavy, heavy. Push it out into the earth. The human body is very receptive to energy. It wants more. It is the human mind that blocks it from doing so. The body is more powerful than the belief systems that you hold. It is through these years now that you live now where this will begin to change. You will see in your news people who have survived death, cancers, surgeries, great physical feats because they believed they could. Humans have not quite understood how to work their body. It is exciting times to live in.
How do you maintain the high vibration even when in a place like Earth? In my experience, this is Bastian Colding typing. Holding focus is difficult.
It is very difficult on Earth, especially with her making so many changes and mass humans focusing on external praise rather than internal guidance. If you feel it is your calling, I encourage you to find communities, homes, locations on Earth that support this. If not, you must build it on your own where you stand, be it in the middle of a city that no longer looks at you because of its busyness, because of its routine, or if it is in the middle of a farm where there are no eyes to look at you. Decide that this is the you will become. For many centuries, humans have been trained that there are only a few great leaders. That they are great because they are extrovert, or have worked hard, or have money, or have status, or knowledge that you never received. But this is not true. More humans on Earth are great leaders than not. But there is a belief that masses must follow one. I encourage you, do respect, do give gratitude, honor the laws that keep humans safe and growing, but be your own leader. Do not wait for someone else to find an answer or a process. Do not wait. Do not wait. Understand your body now.
Sai, can you let us know, as parents, what we can do for our children? There are so many human children coming in now that are extremely sensitive. What can parents and guardians do for the kids?
These are all of your great leaders. The children who know more than what they have been taught on earth. They are mirror images of you, of all the things you've chosen to forget. I would encourage these parents to allow these children to continue on their path, for them not to make a surrender of their ability so they may behave in school or so they may reach a grade. It is time to acknowledge what is more important. Education is important, but in the many ways it is taught, it is degrading to a human. It is not enlightening. So what I mean by prioritize is choose the education that enhances the enlightenment of the child and does not teach them to create sacrifice. That is the best a parent can provide. You will want these children. You will want them to keep their light. For the future that is coming for you, it will need it.
Thank you. This question is from Megan Covington. Sai, what is the the effective way for humans to evolve past the third dimension, to see beyond. Is there an Earth timeline that we may not survive if we all don't unite like some people write about and say we will be trapped?
The only trapping on earth will be that what you believe in. Will there be some kind of destruction? In your lifetime, there will always be war. There will never be 100% enlightenment. Those are achieved on other dimensional planes. But as you suggest, how do we exceed beyond the third dimension? But most of you already have. Thought, love, premonition, intuition, all exist outside the third dimension. The earth you live on is changing her vibration. Her age is beginning to show. And it will call to all that live on her to increase their own vibrations to stay with her. Some will not understand this change as it's not delivered on the news, or it is not taught in a classroom or in a church. Those who are connected to the earth will understand and begin to change their heartbeat to match hers. All life that lives on earth is connected to earth. Your planet is not to be seen as a separate identity. She is one of you. For she creates life, sustains life, and ends life, just like you. For those who understand this and respect this, their vibration will grow with hers. For those who don't, they are not trapped nor left behind, but they will not understand the way their bodies are behaving or acting. I encourage on earth that you remove your common need to have such distinct separation in what is good and what is bad. I know it has been embedded into you for centuries, but it is time we shed the skin. For when you state to be left behind, it comes across as a punishment or of lesser desire. This is not true. All that exists on earth is beautiful, and all is in the right place. It is sad to watch that you have experienced so much war throughout your history, that you continue to place this blueprint on other thoughts when they do not fit. There is no win or lose in this enlightenment. If it is something you desire to go beyond the human experience, you will begin to find yourself more aware of your energetic body and of its abilities It's telepathic skills, empathic skills. Communication will become clearer because it's sent energetically and not through the laming language that you have created. There will be purity in communication again. And just obtaining that on earth would be a huge success.
So I have many of the Lumineers asking if they can call upon you for guidance, if you are available to them the same way that their guides might be.
I am.
And are there signs that they can get to know that you are present?
What do you mean by a sign?
For example, an energy shift, or I know when Maitland comes in, you feel very giddy. When Grace comes in, you feel very calm and balanced. I feel that way with you as well.
I'm very still. But I believe some people take this as depression, and I do not want it to be confused.
Can you explain how they might be able to tell the difference?
My stillness comes without emotion. It's a quietness in the head that moves through your body. It's a peace where I find that when humans are depressed, it can be quite loud and quite chaotic. Does that help?
It does. I have several questions about the diet of humans. And I know you have said that you don't eat where you come from, but if there's any insight that you can give us to help with what we could be eating to make ourselves feel the best, and if our body is sick, what foods are best then, specifically with cancer?
The human body runs on the natural food created from earth, not from processed foods, not from bread or cakes, not from white sugars, but from the food the earth grows, the seasonings, the sweetness she has. There is a misunderstanding of how much protein a human body needs. The consumption of meat is too much. Your consumption of meat came from the need to show that you were wealthy, not a need for health. This is why meat protein is now on your plate at every meal, when it can easily be on your plate twice a week. I would encourage you to stay away from chemicals on your plants. They are harmful to the human body, even if they are water soluble. When the body has grown a cancer or a disease, looking at a vegan diet, looking at ways to support the systems in your body that are detoxing, your kidney, liver, lymphatic systems. They need special attention. But more importantly, your belief of why you have created this disease and illness. It must be healed. You must understand why you were going through this to begin with. If you cannot love yourself, then you will experience it again. Do you want specific foods?
That would be great. Yes, please.
Your dark, rich, green, leaf vegetables. You have spinaches, Brussels sprouts, kale, broccoli. These greens hold a healing element that have not quite been resourced. But they will help your body fight to have balance and perfect health. They need to be a part of your life every day, as well as the living foods, your live cultured foods, every day. Whether it is yogurt, kefir, kombucha, kimchi, foods that live. Having both of these elements in your body on a daily basis will help you. When your body is healthy, it can vibrate at a higher level, and it can help release your head into higher dimensional planes.
Sai, what about vitamins and supplements? Can they help us, or do they do more damage than good?
Some do more damage than good. If you cannot intuitively check for yourself, I would have somebody do this for you. A physician, doctor, intuit. There are times where our body will need more support. Even in my case, though it is not done with food, we find enhancements in other ways.
Okay, I think we have time for about 2 more questions. Would that be good with you?
Yes.
Okay. I have a question here asking, what about the predicted shift at the end of this year? What is that all about?
It'll come and go without much awareness of you. I believe storytellers like a big ending. But Earth is constantly changing. She's not going to make it destructive. You will slowly gain control more over your intuitive skills, telepathic skills, your intuitive knowings, but there will not be a great separation or great war or great earth destruction. I do encourage all humans to be able to be self-sustaining. Have your own source of energy. Have your own source of food. At least for a week. This is not about risk management. This is about being respectful. Humans who live day to day, unknowing of how to take care of themselves if one thing were to falter, are not respectful to their own lives. If electricity were to go, do you have a backup? Or will you wait it out until somebody else gives it to you? Self-sustain. self-sustain. Let's no longer wait for handouts from others. That is what will build a stronger community. That's what will give us our energy and our power back. There is a way to step out of being a worker ant and be a leader and still hold great community. Many people have the belief that if there are too many leaders, then nothing gets done. But that is just lack of communication. Be sustainable.
Thank you, Sai. Would you like to leave us with anything? Perhaps another group healing like we had on Friday evening? Would that be possible?
Put your feet to the ground. We are all energy. We are all energy. Bring to the surface now something you wish to give, whether it is forgiveness, whether it is a memory, an honor. What would you like to release? Bring it to the surface of your chest in front of your heart. Keep it in the front of your chest. Take a deep breath and let it out. It is away from you. You are in control over your energy. You are in control over your body and what goes in it and how you move it, how you choose to rest it. Be responsible. Be strong. Do these things, and you will see beyond your earthly plane. Your abilities will continue to grow. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Sai.